history is that we saw that change come, and the Depression itself changed everybody here. It changed us from an agrarian world of seemingly security into the insecurity of an urban world. It changed us, and we saw the Great Depression come when people had a definite income to where they had no income. We saw a world that was not ready for what was coming, had not made any provisions for it. Is that if they think that Obama did something wrong by finding enough money in China to keep us going here, then they don't understand what it means to have the banks close overnight on you and your money's in and there is no way for you to get it out. Nor do they understand what it means if you are, like I was, going back to Missouri with my parents and hear my mother, and she didn't see my mother really. She didn't talk much about it. But as my stepfather would go in and try to find some money, and he'd always come out without it. My mother would be leaning on the door, but facing away from the building. And when he would come out, they would talk softly to each other. Why talk softly? There was nobody there but me, and I didn't understand what they're talking about. I did not understand the depth of what was going on inside of them. Is that what had happened is that everything that they had earned since the Emancipation Proclamation was being destroyed by 1930. Is that everything that everybody in this country got, had was in the hands now of those that were richer. One county in Texas was sold in one day. A whole county. The wreckage of lives, the wreckage not only of wealth but of lives, is the thing that made the great difference. Every family was afflicted by it. Yet the still rich didn't want to admit that they were the ones that did it. Those that had the wealth did not want to admit that they owed anybody anything. They were the ones that still wanted to put Hoover in power in the most important election that was going to happen for many, many years to come. In fact, I think it is the most important election to happen until this election that we're facing right now. And for the same reason, is that the condition has gone in a spiral. We have seen what was now is, all right? And the only difference is that there have been some changes for the good of those that had $250,000 or more. Their money would never, they would always get up to $250,000. Well, very few of us have $250,000 in the bank. And most of the people right now who have lost their houses lost the one time they had enough money to make a down payment, and probably will never happen again. We are called to do thinking like we have not done since then. In fact, when FDR tried to change it, the opposition party said, called him, because they were the rich, called him a traitor to his class. They did not want him to help poor people, average people like us, before they helped the rich people like them. And